I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone help.
Hi again. Today we're going to be talking to you about accommodations and what they are and why you have them and some examples of some of your accommodations that you're entitled to.
So what's nice is because you have an IEP, which we've talked about a little bit before, you have the right to special privileges that other students in the school don't necessarily have. And we can't stress it enough. The accommodations that you have in your IEP, the worst thing that you can do is to not use them. So what's the point of having an IEP if you're not going to use the supports that are in that IEP? So I know some of you might be thinking that you don't need them right away, which is totally understandable. You might not. But if you feel like you're struggling in a class, then use those accommodations that we're going to talk about today to help you get better.
All right, and part of your lesson for this week is to kind of understand why you're on an IEP. These can be different things that maybe you have trouble with organization or you can't always focus and so you need some support that way. Sometimes you might have trouble with reading or in math, but having a disability does not mean you can't do something. That's what the accommodations are meant to help you with. So they're meant to level the playing field for somebody that it might be easier for them to do. The accommodation is used to help you do better.
Yeah. So the most important thing to remember is that you're not alone. You don't have to do this whole high school thing alone. Your IEP and your case manager and your access teacher are here to help you.
All right, so some examples of accommodations. This is not a full list, but these are some common ones that we often see. A lot of students have their tests read aloud, and sometimes that means in a different setting, or they just take their test in a different setting.
The next thing is you get access to notes, and this is something that you're going to have to ask for, so that's why it's important to know these accommodations. Your teachers are not just going to offer you your notes. It's your job. If you're noticing in your science class that your teacher is going way too fast and you cannot soak in what the heck she's saying, then you need to go up to her after class or before class and say, hey, can I have a copy of your notes? Now, when you have a copy of the notes, it's not just so you can sit back and goof off and not pay attention during a lecture. It's so you can follow along and not have to write down what's on a PowerPoint, but to actually add extra notes to her notes.
All right. Sometimes having access to a calculator can help. This also other items that you could have access to help things are maybe an audio book, so other things.
Sitting in the front of the room, you actually have first choice of where you want to sit. Now, if you want to sit in the back because you don't think the front is cool, it doesn't mean that. If you can't see from the back of the room, then you're going to be sitting in the front. If it helps you to see what other people are doing and, oh, I'm supposed to get my book out now, then maybe towards the back or the middle is a better place for you.
All right. Sometimes having directions repeated or restated so you fully understand what is being asked on an assignment.
And then access is actually one of your main accommodations. Because you're on an IEP, that's why you're in an access class. To help you with your assignment, support you with your classes, and to talk about what you're going to do in the future.
Right. One place that you often will have tests read, or sometimes you might go there for additional support, is the LR office, and that's in room S208, and it's right across from the nurse's office.
So there will be some paraprofessionals or assistants in that room at all times, usually, and they will either read tests to you, or if you need a different place other than your access room to kind of concentrate a little bit better to get your work done, you can always go in there too.
All right, so our video was a little short today because you have an outside assignment where we're going to ask that you visit this website where you can research your disability and different accommodations that might be helpful for you. So you're going to click on the link. If you go back to Google Classroom, there should be a link there. And then once you understand your disability and the type of accommodations that might be helpful to you, you're going to go to your Blogger account that you saw last week. And if you need help, again, looking at how to set up a Blogger post, go back to that video. But you're going to go and title your blog post Accommodations.
So you might not be 100% sure what your disability is. Why are you on an IEP? And that's part of the assignment. We want you to ask your access teacher, or if you see your case manager, ask them, what is my specific disability? Why am I on an IEP? So you can't research it until you know that answer.
All right. And then once you research it and look at some accommodations that are helpful, you'll write your blog post and you'll talk a little bit about your disability and what accommodations you are entitled to, and then talk about which ones you think you will use this year or even in the future.
You're not going to put none.
No. That won't get you credit.
No.
Because there are definitely some things that will help you. So that part of this is to research.
Yes. All right. So good luck with that assignment. You actually have 2 weeks to do this because you do have some research to do outside. So don't forget to ask for help.
Yeah, good luck.